This is how we do it. This is under the category of too big. Okay. Lily, you're in here. Girlfriend, you're in here. And Sebastian, you're in here. Sebastian, your piece is way too big. I'm still casting it. So don't ever say that Mr. Marcus does not love you because, yeah. That's a big piece, okay? So, same thing, Griffin. This is still a little bit big. But I'm still casting it. So, just to let y'all know. Lily, you had to go in the mold with the other group. So, it's no big deal because I'm going to probably cast everybody in one day. So, all right. So, if you come into the wax area of the sculpture studio, you're going to see this all the time. This is like our reminder of what the different flasks, the different cans that we're using to make the investment molds. And you can see here I have, if you look on the right side, I have wax times 10 plus 50 is the bronze weight. So the flasks that I'm using right now, if you go to the left hand bottom size, are centrifugal casting cans. Those are going to be the 6-inch and 7-inch cans. I'm predominantly using those, and that's kind of why we made our pieces that small, so that we can like kind of keep it together. So you'll see that there's 4 pounds of investment material. That's what the pounds are for. And then 24 ounces of water. It's not labeled there, but essentially, it really, really matters how much powder we put and how much water we put. So our powder material is going to be the investment satin cast material. So I'll bring you over here and show you what it looks like. So you'll see here, this is actually the investment mold material. It says it on here. It's in this bucket. The bucket has satin cast. You can see here there's an image of somebody else's tree, like a little illustration of a tree. You see those? Those are rings. That's how people used to predominantly make jewelry. And you'll even read here that it says, our finest jewelry investment for casting. So that's what this material is. When I was in school, we actually made our own material. This material is a combination of plaster and grog, and essentially it's predominantly plaster. And plaster breaks down at about 1100 degrees Fahrenheit. So we usually fire these pieces in the kiln until about 1100 degrees. I usually stop about 1000 degrees because we don't have really big pieces. But that's super important to not get this confused with our normal molding plaster, okay? Molding plaster is over here. It's a mess, but I mean, what plaster studio doesn't have a mess? This is the molding plaster. This is a huge difference. This is about $35, $40 a bag for a 100-pound bag. For a bag that's about 60 pounds here, you're talking about $100 or more. So huge difference in cost between these two. I don't want anyone to get these confused. So even though I know everybody, we're online right now, don't ever think that this is plaster. This is extremely expensive comparatively to that. Even though they both have similar ingredients, the satin cast is very expensive. So just FYI. All right, I'm gonna start the mold process soon. Now, the first thing that I wanna do all the time is I wanna weigh my bucket. So I just put my bucket in the scale to see how much it weighs. And we always wanna weigh our material first. You can see that there. And you can calculate, add that to whatever you're measuring in your bucket. In our case, we're measuring the investment material. So I'm gonna go ahead and measure my investment material now. So I went ahead and I measured my investment material. You can see this is the white powder that we have here. Everything is there and you can see where I'm at. So here's my water. I have that already pre-measured. So I added the powder to the bucket first, and then I poured the water in. I didn't video that, but whatever. You can see what I'm doing. And then generally I have people mix it by hand. I was using a stick just because one of my hands is injured and it was a little bit easier to do. So go ahead and mix that.